Welcome back, everyone, to 3rd Street Reactions. I am Zakk.
I'm Shane.
I'm James.
We're back with Castlevania, Season 2, Episode 3.
What?
What happened last time?
Oh, I mean, we got to see Carmilla. She came, used her beauty and
This
cunning.
reminds me of the Warren Zevon song every time I hear her name. But it's Carmelita.
What is the song? You were singing it last time. I didn't.
Yeah, Carmelita, hold me tighter.
I need to hear it. Yeah.
A lot of people aren't very familiar with Warren Zevon, but he's
Never heard of
Werewolves of London.
Okay.
That's Warren Zevon.
Okay, I never put it together.
You wouldn't if you didn't look up the artist.
No.
So, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, we saw her. She came along, and it looks like she was able to quickly kind of use her cunning to integrate herself into this war council, and it looked like she's already kind of a rising star. We also had an amazing exposition by Alucard around the campfire to Belmont and what's her name? Sypha. Just talking about the brilliance and the tragedy of his father.
You're
And,
not going to be here, and you're not going to be here.
Yeah.
Remember that? Wow.
And that was just, it's weird because there's probably moments that you guys were watching where there weren't these huge moments of like reacting, but I was super into it.
Yes.
I was super into it.
I don't always just bust out laughing or intensely react to things. I mean, if it's something, we just did the Suicide Squad, which will be coming.
Yeah.
If it's not already out. But just there were so many outrageous moments.
Yeah, it was outrageous.
When it's outrageous like that, it just subverts my humor, and I can just release.
But some things like this last episode, I was just so into the details and the dialogue and the acting and the performance. It was just great.
And it's also when those moments, though, it's not something you're really like, whoa! When he says,
What?
You'll both be gone. What?
Yeah.
Jesus. Balderdash.
Yeah.
no one's going to react that way.
No, I think it was powerful how Alucard delivered that, but not powerful in a way that makes you want to jump up and shout. It was more like a reserve, like wow, this is powerful.
I kept thinking about why can't I do something like that?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
And I was thinking, man, how would it feel to have somebody tell you you're not going to be here and you're not going to be here, and just be so kind of matter of fact about it, like this is the reality of the situation, most likely.
I don't know. I think. I mean, when you're around a vampire or someone who's half vampire, and they're going to live longer, and I don't know. I think it makes you wrestle with your own mortality a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess the question is, they're looking to kill Dracula. I wonder if Dracula does kill all of humanity, if he's going to spare his own son, or if he's going to wipe his son out along with him.
I don't know. I mean, when the War Council mentioned Alucard, he had this kind of concerned look on his face, I thought.
Yeah.
And he also loved his wife, and his wife loved his son.
Well, he loved his son, too.
So
I'm sure he still does.
And his son is obviously a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he view his son as the what is it called when the son does he view his son as like the prodigal son that he wants to save, or does he view him as the prodigal son that he wants to destroy?
You're aware that he's the opposition,
right?
He's the competition.
Yeah.
So, but they had it out. Alucard lost. Was driven from the castle.
Mm-hmm.
He understands that Alucard stands against what Dracula believes is what needs to be done.
Right.
And vengeance for the mother, for Alucard's mother, for his wife.
Yeah.
So
I think one of the most interesting parts, and one of my favorite parts of Lord of the Rings, I imagine in the books it might be even better, which I haven't read, is his, Dracula's relationship with his mortal wife. The fact that she's going to age unless he turns her.
He's talking about Aragorn.
Yeah.
And,
Liv Tyler, her name is, isn't that?
What is this, Game of Thrones?
Oh, I can't remember her name. It's Elrond's daughter.
It's, Agent Smith's daughter. I can't remember their names, but I love that story. And
oh my God, I can't believe I don't remember.
Arwen, yeah. And just him telling his daughter, listen, it's kind of like this, conversation in Invincible when you get there eventually, if you guys haven't seen it yet. He's having this conversation with his daughter, like, listen, you're immortal. Or they're not immortal, but
they are to an extent.
Yeah,
they won't die from old age or from sickness.
Okay,
but they can be killed.
They get older though, right?
Well, there's a measure of time.
Yeah,
but they don't. They probably kind of develop to a certain point and then just stop. They don't age.
Okay,
they don't get wrinkly.
Her dad was wrinkly.
Well, that's because it's Hugo Weaving.
Well, I just thought maybe, like you said, maybe they get to a point where they become adults. And then
I think they pretty much they develop into an adult, and that's it.
Okay.
Because you look at Galadriel,
yeah,
and I'm fairly certain that she might be around the same age as Elrond or older.
Okay.
And she's still presented as this, promising in her prime, beautiful woman.
Yeah, I wonder how Dracula felt about just, this woman that I love will die unless I turn her.
Well, in the case of Lord of the Rings, the elves can give up their immortality.
Yes.
In this, vampires can't.
Yeah. Well, it's one of their curses.
Yeah. So they're stuck that way. And maybe it would have been possible eventually to turn her, but maybe she didn't want it.
Yeah,
so
I think
maybe he would have had to just love her and continue in her memory.
Yeah.
And always and for the rest of his life.
Yeah. As long as she wasn't killed by the people that he...
Yeah, well, as long as she wasn't burned at the stake.
Yeah.
Which is rough.
Yeah.
This conversation is going on a very long time. Go.
Frankenweenie.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are they when they come back? Do they need sustenance?
I just don't like how they don't repair their wounds and shit.
So you keep going, and then you'll transform them.
He probably learned his trade better because he still had the animals there.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
A new night creature. Amazing. Our kind has never produced a Forge Master.
And you didn't have to. Before the war, night creatures were simply a species in hiding. It's not like him to be indecisive. The fire in him has gone out somehow.
I would not have these conversations with anyone.
No way.
But Dracula must approve the dispensation of troops.
Good rule.
How did you come?
He talked for hours. After his wife died, he came to me, asking for my help.
Yeah, I might be trying to resurrect my wife. You know what I mean?
Hope he understands what it is.
Yeah.
I need an army. The dead must rise, and creatures of the night must be called into their corpses. They killed my wife.
Hey,
The humans. The stupid, vicious, spiteful, evil humans. They should know more, Hector. They must be stopped. Cold.
I wouldn't have them suffer. And like any animal, I think the world would be poorer with their extinction. Controlled population. Making sure they cannot harm anyone else. Yes.
Make some troops that you can trust completely with whatever they find. And then help me convince Dracula to attack Prela.
I hope Hector's a little smarter than us.
It was my house and my boat and my fort. Anything I wanted it to be. Good night, Tree. Is there a point to these questions? I'm disturbed to find that I had more of a childhood than you did. And you as fucking Dracula. What? Your hidden entrance looks like a hearthstone. Just help me clear it. Congratulations. You've just discovered a big piece of stone. It's the door.
Do we lift it or?
I was taken down there as a child.
Did you see them lift it?
No. They brought me through it once it was open.
They told me they'd teach me how to do it one day. I suppose there was a special trick.
Were your parents... The way we speakers transmit knowledge. Your parents knew the trick, but they didn't know where it came from, or what it really was. Stand back.
Expecto Patronus!
The family's originally from the Kingdom of France, but we moved out of there a few hundred years ago.
Moved or chased?
Moved. Thank you very much.
With people behind you waving pitchforks.
I built this house and dug the foundations for everything under it.
Very big hole.
That's a fucking hole, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like fucking Bruce Wayne's cave.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Wow.
I imagine one sacrifices a chicken and finds the location of the book you want from the intestines. Maybe Belmont has a crystal ball in here you could ask.
Shut up.
It's an impressive tip, Belmont.
So this really is a managed collection.
It's the work of generations. An archive of everything we've found and learned since the days of Leon Belmont.
What was your Leon Belmont doing in Wallachia?
Chasing creatures of the night, right?
I personally wanted to put the rock back before I went in.
You almost sounded excited about something.
That's what I remember it being. It's like the coolest fucking weapon you had.
It couldn't be. Could it?
Wow.
It is.
I don't believe they hid it. It's the Morning Star.
Thing is badass.
Charming.
You're not even a little bit impressed?
It's like a museum dedicated to the extermination of my people, so no. Not thrilled.
That people have been sucking the other people dry for centuries.
Yeah.
It's very simple, Dracula. If you kill all the humans, where does the continuing supply of human blood come from?
You won't go hungry, Godbrand.
Not right now, no, but later. I don't want to be rationing myself on fucking pig blood.
Careful.
Pig blood gives me the shit. Sorry.
I will not be questioned by you. I have told you how it will be. The humans will die. You will be taken care of. Are you going to fight me, little Godbrand?
No.
Then why are you still here, making your little noises? Get out before I slit you up the middle and bite out your heart.
It's weird because Godbrand looks like he's kind of big.
That's what I was
He's
gonna say.
fucking towering.
Yeah. Like, walk like
Little boat weaver.
Why would Dracula, of all people, go without blood?
Because this isn't a war, Carmilla. It's a suicide. His wife's dead.
I'm gonna be saying that shit.
Wow. Big mouth motherfucker.
Godbrand, wait!
I'm not gonna fuck you, Carmilla. I'm too pissed off.
You stupid bastard. And I was bound to him until I decided to take back my world. I wasn't going to be dictated to. A mad, cruel old man. Never again, Godbrand.
That was the reaction. This is the response. Well, what'd you think?
I mean, this is the second season. There's 4 of them. And yeah, there's already kind of dissent kind of growing a little bit.
In the ranks, yeah.
Well, a lot changes very fast in these seasons.
It's surprising me a little bit. Because I see Dracula kind of on top of the pecking order, and in my head watching it, I kind of expected to be there for such a long time, and to be like this badass you can have a challenge. But I feel like that thought might be challenged.
Waning.
Yeah, because if he's just not feeding and everything else, and I guess I just don't think they're going to be flinchingly loyal once they kind of all get together and say, "Hey, this motherfucker's going to kill all the food. Mm-hmm. He's crazy. He just wants us to die." And I think they could probably all take him.
You notice when he was talking to Godbrand, little parasite.
Yeah.
So you can tell he looks down on vampires as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not just humans.
Yeah. But I mean,
his maliciousness is not just reserved for humanity.
Yeah.
You could say in part he hates himself.
Yeah, I'm wondering. It seemed like maybe he hates himself. I mean, was he the very first vampire?
They never really go into that.
Okay. I mean, he's definitely the king of all of them.
Yeah, he's the lord of their vampire nation.
Yeah.
I'm shocked Godbrand went in there and actually talked to him that way. I mean, it just shows you that...
Well, Godbrand's a very flamboyant man.
He is.
So he asked for permission for an audience.
Yeah.
So he was given one. But then as he talked more and
more,
his passions started to kind of override his decorum.
But he had a good point. I mean, he really did. And I don't know, did you buy Dracula's explanation that there's going to be food?
Not with everything else that we're kind of seeing.
Right.
I don't exactly... I think, he's suicidal. But I guess I don't want to think that he just goes crazy and he gets overthrown. Because, you know what I mean? He's kind of a really badass guy.
Right. Yeah, and I would think he'd want to be the strongest during this mission, and then he could fucking commit suicide if he wanted to. But it's like he's kind of getting weaker at the most important time. I mean, when he really needs to be strong.
But the thing is, they haven't even made it out of Wallachia yet.
Yeah.
So they're still in Wallachia.
Yeah.
Or Wallachia. And they're still terrassing around, killing humans there, and they haven't even taken that nation yet.
Yeah.
The whole world's out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it would seem, I'll give you, that his vision is short-sighted.
No, yeah, I agree. So it's just, I'm kind of, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, make predictions in my own head. I guess I kind of thought whatever I'm seeing now might happen later.
Yeah.
Like it's happening kind of soon.
Yeah. I was confused by Hector because when Dracula came and visited him, he said, "Hey, I don't want to wipe out everything, right? All humans." But now it's kind of seems like what the plan is. And,
yeah, you think Hector never brings that shit up?
Yeah. And Dracula's pretty open about it. He might be scared too.
I don't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a reason that Carmilla is able to influence him so well.
Okay. Yeah.
Part of that is because he's still a sweet little boy on the inside.
Yeah.
Compared to Isaac, who's
right.
a lot more of a hard case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I kind of like seeing his backstory. He doesn't seem to be a butcher. He brings things to life.
Well, for him, it's a little less hateful.
Yeah.
And maybe more kind of a logical stance at this point.
Yeah.
Due to his experiences, like humans are, that he can't stand being around them.
Right.
He's isolated himself from them.
I think 1 year is to trust someone after 1 year.
Yeah, it's not that long.
I thought they were going to say, like, he visited me when I was a little boy. And it was kind of like fucking The Departed.
Yeah. Hector...
With Matt Damon's character.
Yeah, I know.
Hector reminds
Frank
me...
raises him.
Yeah.
Well,
Hector,
it is a raisin, but he kind of have a surrogate father.
Yeah.
Hector reminds me of like a hermit that just kind of like wants to remove himself, like hermits in our world. Like he wants to... He doesn't want to like hurt anybody per se, but he just wants to control his environment so that no one can hurt him. So it's really interesting to see that he's going along with this.
He and Isaac are both what you call misanthropes.
Misanthropes.
Oh, it's misanthrope. It's misanthrope?
I've heard it pronounced misanthrope.
Okay.
Misanthrope. I don't know.
What's a misanthrope?
someone who dislikes his fellow man.
Right, and I understand him disliking him, but when he said, he said something to the effect of, I don't want to hurt them or something. When Dracula visited,
he wants to call what is necessary,
right?
And what he does call, he doesn't
treated,
yeah,
etc.
Yeah, he just wants to control the situation.
You think there was like a Nazi who was like that too? Like, we'll just do this. We don't have to do that.
He probably was shunned.
He was probably killed
by the other Nazis.
Yeah. He was probably destroyed.
Yeah.
We found out too the night creatures, they were natural at one point, right?
Created by wild magic or by fucking.
Yeah.
By fucking?
Yeah, it said that.
Yeah, they
bred.
They reproduced naturally.
Or wild magic brought
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I thought that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there wouldn't be a need for the vampires to have Forge Master.
Well, he said before the war that's what they were, but
now he has to create
they
them.
need the armies.
Right. Yeah.
And it's possible. I mean, I really don't know. I don't recall them ever really discussing where Hector or Isaac came about their knowledge of being Forge Master. Obviously, Hector, when he was young, had those coins.
It almost made it seem like
you saw the coins in his hand.
Yeah, I saw the coins, and he brought his dog back to life. Like maybe it's like you're almost born with it, and then you kind of awaken the ability.
You might
by
have
accident.
a certain disposition for it.
Yeah,
but I couldn't tell you. They never, at least that I remember. I don't remember them addressing it.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering if maybe you kind of accidentally discovered the ability.
Yeah, maybe.
Let me ask you guys this: think of the dog or the cat or the animal that you had in your life that you love the most. You got it in mind? The one you love the most.
I think so. Yeah.
Would you bring it back if it would be by your side and jump in your lap and all that bullshit? If it was missing an eye and it had a big hole in its side,
Frankenweenie, man.
Like Frankenweenie, could you handle that? Just because you love it and you miss it so much.
I don't know because I don't know how much of. I mean, I guess they are still themselves because
you're operating under the assumption that this animal is going to be nice to your kids.
Yeah,
not
right. I mean, it did follow him and looked like it was kind of playful. Like
I think it's leading us to believe that it's him. It is that dog and the same dog, right?
Right, and you if you brought it back, if you were the Forge Master, you brought it back, it would be loyal to you, so you could make sure it treated your kids nicely and all that shit. So I don't think I could look at the dog. I don't think I could look at that, pet it, have it around me, even if it was the dog I love the most. I just don't think I could do it.
Well, it just the smell.
We
had discussions like this before. Mm-hmm. Death is an important part of life. I don't want things to die before their time. I don't want things to suffer.
Right.
And I hope nothing does. I hope no one I know does. But it's a part of life.
The way I look at it is on principle too, and it's just that it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time has passed.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Kids, I can see that.
Yeah,
right? I see kids. It's a big part of your life having an animal that you love that much.
Especially because it's before their time.
Yeah.
And if something was taken from me, you know, what I mean, that's what I would be really salty about.
Yeah. One of these days,
I want more control over my situation.
One of these days, we won't be here, and it'll all be left of us like 200 years from now are these fucking videos, and people will be like, wow, look at these fucking losers.
No. Look at these
they didn't get resurrected, did they?
I don't want
to be. Belmont has, he was kind of taken out of his ancestral home between 12 and 14, and all his family members are just dead, all of them.
He's the last remaining Belmont.
Yeah.
That we know of, or?
Yes.
Okay.
That you know of.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
I know more.
Fuck, Zakk.
Well, I mean, I think in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I'm pretty sure Alucard is the main character you play, and Dracula is your father in that. But then the Belmonts are, I know they're vampire hunters, but there's, I know there's Trevor and there's Simon, and there's more to that. I mean, right now we just have Trevor, and in Super Smash Bros. I hate them both.
Yeah.
They're annoying characters to play against, especially if you know how to use them. I love other characters. I love Trevor in this. He's a badass, and he's got the Morning Star, which is
Trevor's my favorite character.
Yeah,
mine too.
He's the weapon that's featured in Smash Brothers. Pretty sure is the Morning Star.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
The Morning Star is badass. To see him use that weapon in this show, especially in the final fucking episode of the series, is beautiful. See him use that weapon in this series, and especially in the final fucking episodes, is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That weapon is badass.
I look forward to it.
It's like Indiana Jones times 100.
Oh, hell yeah.
One of the greatest things about Indiana Jones 4, and if I understand 5, is if he can't use a weapon to do all the stunts, he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But it gets to the point where you're old as fuck, though. You know what I mean? Like, because he keeps flying. During Star Wars, the Star Wars trilogy, the new one, you know, most people know he makes an appearance, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know, he's flying planes. He got like 2 or 3 wrecks during the trilogy, and they're like, hey, during this movie, you can't buy a plane. You're grounded.
Chill the fuck out, dude.
Which is just kind of funny. They made him sign it.
Yeah, he's lucky to be alive still.
He's saved multiple people.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he came in his fucking plane to save these people that were fucking boat capsized or something. Yeah, he said, I got saved by Han Solo. They're thinking like God, like the Millennium Falcon. It's kind of funny to think about.
Speaking of Indiana Jones, the other day, my daughters watched that movie for the first time. I didn't watch it. I was editing.
Yeah.
But they told me it was one of the worst movies they've ever seen.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
They're fucking stupid.
The first one, yeah, they hated it. They absolutely hated it. I'm like, really?
It's definitely got some age on it.
Yeah.
I still like the movie. It's not one of my favorites.
Right.
I like it, but I can see why kids of an up and coming generation would look at that.
Which is weird because Malachi loved it. So my kids, they said,
really?
Yeah, they said, yeah, these George Lucas movies don't age.
Yeah.
Okay, now have your girls seen it?
Anna has.
What did she think?
She loved it.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, the second one scared the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids hated it. So
Temple of Doom.
I was disappointed. I was sad just because even though I haven't seen it, it was just a nostalgic thing for me.
Right.
I mean, it's not my top 10 by any means, but I still could watch it and enjoy it.
I mean, it's Harrison Ford's favorite, like his favorite role, one of his favorites.
Yeah.
Honestly, this episode was leading me to believe that they're going to meet at the library and have this badass fight, and then everything else is going to get destroyed.
They're still at the library.
It might come.
And they want to come, and I feel like everything's going to get destroyed. It's going to make me sad. It's going to be like Ninja Turtles when the house, when the antique house is burning down, and they go to the farm.
Yeah, Carmilla brought that up. She said, hey, we got to send somebody or a group to fucking Belmont.
You see her schemes, scheming petty schemes. She is talking to Godbrand and addressing the fact that they need to get Dracula's castle to Brayla.
Yep.
So you can tell that she has a plan.
She has a plan. I tell you what, I can't believe they didn't put the fucking door back down on the fucking floor, though. I mean, and it's kind of hard for me to believe that.
I feel like I get locked in there. So I wouldn't personally.
You would, but see, I can't believe that fucking stone was the only thing that prevented anybody from getting there. You would think Dracula and his fucking crew and other vampires
were magically sealed.
Yeah, but you would think they would know it was there. Like, they would go and they'd be like, oh, goddamn, what's this big stone here? Like, it's got to be something. You know what I mean? And because they act like they didn't know where.
It's obviously been overlooked for a long time.
Very long time.
But Carmilla.
Yeah, because the Belmonts themselves.
She's smart, yeah.
Yeah, the Belmonts know, like, this is everything. So it's probably hidden, and only Trevor had knowledge of it.
Well, she knew.
But and she
knew there was something there, yeah.
Well, I think, like you said, it's magically sealed, and, in this magical world where magic exists, if it's magically sealed, you can't fuck with it unless you're the guy who has a password, basically. Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
What's the password?
Well, what's her name? Sapphirus or Sypha? She read the language that was on the stone, right?
Yeah.
So they couldn't find another fucking magician that knew the language that could unlock
they're probably not very friendly with the speakers.
Huh. True.
And like
speakers are going around helping people,
and like I'm
not
just,
vampires.
I'm kind of led to believe that no one really knows about it. Like none of the head vampires know about it.
Well, obviously. She made it aware that they should go
there, yeah.
And during the council meeting,
oh yeah,
she knows something.
So they're aware that why would we go there? So they're aware.
So for years they're just like, why would we go there?
They're all dead.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. Love this episode, and I'm kind of thirsting to see some action. It's been a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I'm so into the characters. Like, this political intrigue and deception usually irritates me, but I'm loving it. I'm soaking it up, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much all I got.
Thank you so much for watching this awesome reaction of Castlevania. If you like what we do, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on our social medias, Twitter and Instagram. And also leave a comment below, right?
It helps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.